done mine. Using this as a dirt.
How's it going today, everyone? Creek Crawler here. I'm at the home base here in Southwest Ohio, and I wanted to make a short video about something that I did with my kayak the past few weeks. Went down to Strictly Sail during the rigging event they had at the shop. Had some help with Michael Grimsley rigging up something on my kayak that I honestly never thought I was going to get, but with doing tournaments, wanting to do longer floats, wanting to go upstream, and the ability to go downstream, single access river and creek stuff, it's something I found that might be pretty necessary for me. So I went ahead and installed the Newport 180 Pro on my kayak, the Oldtown 106. And to be honest with you, it was very, very simple. I'm not too technically savvy when it comes to installing technology or any kind of tech on my kayak, but it was super simple, and I'll show you here in a second all the things that we really had to do. It was really easy, but installed the Newport 180 Pro on the yak. Super stoked. I get to take it down to Texas, so I'll have some content of that coming down the pipe on the channel soon. But yeah, I'm gonna go over to the kayak, kind of tell you what we did to put the motor on the yak, and it was super simple. So we'll go over there and I'll show some clips of us rigging it at Strictly Sail, some b-roll and stuff of that nature, but I'm gonna show you the basic breakdown of how we did it, and I'll link stuff down below where you can find it and where you can go to get the equipment if you're interested in putting a motor on your kayak. And I cannot wait for this season. I can't wait to get on the river and see what this thing can do for me. See what this thing can do for me in the tournaments, and hitting a lot of water in a tournament I think will be very crucial and very beneficial to me. So we'll see how that goes, obviously, throughout the season, if it's a huge benefit or not. I think it'll be great for me. But yeah, we're going to go over to the kayak and show you kind of what we installed to put the motor on. So when it comes to installing the NK180, the Newport motor on the Oldtown, there's a guy down in Florida that makes custom parts. And this is really, honestly, how simple this was for the Oldtown, because we're not running line throughs for foot control steering. We're obviously just using rudder steering with the Newport. So here's how basic it was. Here's the pieces that you'll need. This is the Navarre offset bracket system that you can put in. This goes into your Oldtown bolts that are on the kayak, and what it does is all you have to do is put your Newport bracket here on this, and that's how simple it is. You install this piece, the bracket piece, and then install the motor mount right to that. You run your cable lines through. This will obviously go to the top of your motor, and I'll show B-roll right now of how this is lifting your kayak up and down out of the water. There we go. She's all rigged up. I'm gonna have my battery in a box back here. My throttle is gonna go on a ram mount right here. Then we got my cable to lift it up right here on the side. Works great. Lock it in. Got it down there at the shop. You just put it in there when I'm not using it. Couple other pieces. We got just a little bracket system right here, running some little loops just to keep everything in line and away from all my tackle and gear that'll be right here. But yeah, this just runs along the side of the kayak. Then we just got a little spot right here. Just included this little, so when we pull the kayak up and put the line down, it stays up and doesn't get pulled out. So a little bracket fastener system right there, and that's literally all it is, folks. That's how easy it is to install the motor on the 106 PDL. And any Oldtown, if you're just staying with the rudder control, because we're not putting foot controls on here for steering purposes. It's literally, this is it. This is how simple it is. And you can get all these parts. This little Yak Attack rail system, some little loops right there just to keep everything nice and straight and away from my gear. And obviously this top goes to the part of the motor, and this raises up and down. That's it. And then obviously this is where your motor gets attached. And I'll show B-roll of that too, but that's how simple it was to put the motor on, so I'm super excited about it.
You guys take care.
See you, Jim.
See you, Jim. Thank you.
Got the battery hooked up. 24 volt, 50 amp hour. We're gonna put the throttle either somewhere right here, possibly along that rail system over there. Alrighty everyone, that's going to do it. Just a short video to show you really how simple it was to put the Newport on the Oldtown PDL system. And from experience, I've already got some time on the water. Went down to Texas, fished the Kayak Adventure Series. Those videos are coming down here soon on the pipeline as well. But everyone was like, you know, the steering's probably trash. It's probably really not that good. And to be quite honest with you, if I was to give it a rating out of 10 for steering going left and right, it'd probably be like maybe a 6 or a 5. You got really wide turns. You're not, with the rudder system, with the current rudder that's on it, you're not turning on a dime like how you would if you were actually moving the motor with your feet, because the motor would be moving itself instead of moving the whole kayak. And that's fine with me, honestly. When people were telling me that, that wasn't getting me away from putting a motor on my boat at all, because I went through some skinny creeks in Texas and was doing the turns just fine. You just got to get used to that turning radius, because it is wide, but I wanted it so I can go upstream. I'm going straight most of the time in the deeper rivers and creeks. I'm just going straight back and forth, and then have the ability to turn around and go underneath trees and stuff of that nature. And I had no issues with that doing that in Texas. So I think this motor is going to be a huge benefit to me. I think it's going to allow me to cover more water, just use less energy. So when I stop and fish, I'm out of breath because I just pedaled 3 miles to get to a spot, I can actually put it down. And I didn't get an exact speed, but I'm probably doing around 5 miles an hour maybe. I'll put my graph on later and see exactly how fast I was going, but thoroughly impressed with the motor on the Oldtown. It's super simple to do, a huge upgrade. Just a few pieces of equipment you'll need. I'll put those down in the description. But if you guys have any questions about installing it on the Oldtown, just put it down in the comments and I'll answer it to the best of my abilities. Like I said, I had some help at Strictly Sail putting the motor and stuff on, but now that I look at it, it's really simple. It really speaks for itself. You put the bracket system on there, you put the motor bracket, you put the motor mount on the bracket, you run your up and down release cords, and that's basically it for that system. Obviously it's a little bit more complicated if you're doing foot controls, but we didn't go that route. I kept it super simple, how I like to keep everything, just super simple, user friendly. So that's my video on the Newport motor going on the Oldtown. And let me tell you, y'all, we got some videos coming up. I'll put some videos down in here too of me just cruising across the lake. It was pretty quick, but thoroughly impressed with it, ready to move forward, doing my kayak tournaments and doing river trips with the Newport motor. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. If you did, hit the like button down below, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys on the water. Let's go!